Howdy friends, welcome back to Make and Play, here with your host. It's me, Leanne Hale in the Purple Turtle Art Studio, and I am so happy to be here with you this week because it's Pirate Week, and today we are moving forward. We have created a pirate ship. It's amazing. But today we are going to work on some of the things that happen around a pirate ship. The pirate ship has to have somewhere to go, right? It has to have somewhere to get off and go and spend all their gold. So we're going to make that. We are going to make a dock. Very simple. Lots of paper rolls. We have lots of paper rolls. And we are going to also make some awesome palm trees to go in the background. All right, so let's first start with making the dock because it is so very, very, very simple. We're going along with this pirate theme because we have some local pirates, Mr. Wade and Miss Mary, who own Shipwreck Grill, and we're giving them a shout out all week because they do great things for our community and they are still feeding us too. They have awesome drive-through crawfish on Fridays, and you can order Italian food from their Italian restaurant, Amico Nave, which means friend of the boat. Pretty cool. And then they have another restaurant called Third on Main, and they're offering things also. So that's all in Bryan, Texas. So remember, our sweet pirates here, they're not mean pirates. They're good pirates. We like them a lot. And if you post a picture of your progress in the comments section and you share it, we will put your name in for a drawing for a gift certificate. So do that. Let's start with our dock. I am using a piece of cardboard from the back of a pad of craft paper. I don't remember what this was, but I often save that. It's even kind of just raggedy on one edge. That's fine. It's supposed to be a dock, right? So I cut that the size that I wanted to make my dock. It could be any size. This was the length of it. I just cut it. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some paint to make it look more like a piece of wood. I have some burnt umber, some raw sienna, and some white. You can use any kind of paint you have, whether you have tempera or watercolor. You can use markers. You could use crayons. I have these acrylics, so I'm going to use them. And I'm going to blend them as I go. So I've just got my water over here, my coffee can that I reuse, and I'm going to get my brush wet, and I'm just going to pick up some of this dark umber, and I'm going left to right because I want these planks to look like they're laid this way, and I'm going to keep getting some water on my brush so that the paint really moves around. You can definitely use any material you want. You don't even have to paint this. All right, you can choose to use something that you have at home that has the right look to it. If you have wood, you can make yours out of wood. I'm more about using paper. It just works better for me. So I'm gonna just give this the look of wood. Just streaking it on here. It's just more interesting than if I left it plain. But you can, it's up to you. All right, so I am going to continue that. You're going to keep doing this until you have filled in your entire piece. This can be as long as you want. It can be as big or as little. Your pirate ship might be smaller than my pirate ship. I always work big so you can see it. You can see better what I'm doing. If you want to, you could use a ridge brush to add more texture to this. You can get as detailed as you want. Remember, this is yours. It's not mine, it's yours. What you're working on is yours. So make it reflect who you are. I think I'm gonna have to add some like pelicans to this scene too. This has been so much fun. I'm so happy you guys have decided to spend time with me because I really enjoy creating, and it's just been so much fun. You know, you could even make some little spatters if you wanted to. water down your paint a little bit just to get a little bit more texture. It just makes little speckly things here. All right, I'm gonna put this aside to dry. I got paint all over my hands, I always do. And now I'm going to show you how you can put this together. It's so simple, really is. You're gonna take your paper tubes, or if you have something different, you can use something else. This one actually still has a little bit of paper on the edge. I don't know why, that kind of freaks me out. And we are going to cut slits into our paper tubes, and you want it to be at the same spot on each one. So I think I did 2 inches, inch and a half. So I'm gonna take a marker, and I'm gonna go ahead and measure one of these, an inch and a half. And then I'm just gonna use the tube to measure the rest of them. I just put the mark right next to the tube, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Since I have a dock and I'm making another dock, it's gonna wrap around. It's gonna be really cool. And don't think just because I do something like one time or small or big or whatever, yours has to be that way. Go nuts, have fun, create a story. So I'm gonna cut this halfway. I've just bent it, cut it halfway, and now I have this slit. Okay, I'm gonna do that to all 4 of my tubes. And then all you do is just slide it on. See this? I can take it apart. That's all I did to construct this. I'm just sliding it on. So when your dock is dry, you can just slide that on. If you want to have the top of these covered so that you can't see through them, just take your tube, trace it onto a piece of paper a little bit bigger so you can have some tabs and you can glue those on there. All right? All right, dock. Easy peasy, done. Done and done. Now let's talk about our cool palm tree. I like to have different levels, okay? Different levels, so that it's more interesting to the eye. And I've attached this to the back of a tomato sauce box. You've seen this a few times because I have used every bit of this tomato sauce box. Instead of buying cardboard, instead of buying different materials, I'm trying to use what I have. And I'm gonna cover this up so it looks nice and neat. I'm probably just gonna paint it. So let's go ahead and make these cool palm trees. So super simple. I'm gonna use the exact same painting technique. When we do things like that, it creates cohesion when we repeat elements. So you're just gonna take your tube and you're gonna just add the same painting technique that we did on our dock. I'm mixing a lot of water with it so that it goes on real easy. So I'm starting with this sienna, and now I'm going to add some of my darker brown. I can pick up a little bit of white if I want to add a little bit of a lighter color. And I'm just gonna let the colors kind of change as they go. Like I can put my fingers in it like this, it makes it easier. So that it's more interesting. It looks like it has more dimension if the colors change, if they change. All right. This paint smells funny. It does. It definitely has an odor today. I think because we haven't been using enough of it that it's sat a little too long. Interesting. So remember, you could be using whatever paints you have, or you don't have to use any paint at all. You can use markers. And since these tubes are already brown, you could just leave them that brown and you can just add details on top of that. I'm gonna let this dry over here with the dock, okay? It needs to dry. And I've got one ready to go. So I'm going to create some pattern on here. I'm using a white paint pen. You could use a white Prismacolor. We love Prismacolors. Or some white paint, or you don't have to add anything at all. You don't have to use white. I'm using white because I have this and I like the the contrast. Are they gonna, making sure that they go down? Well, why would it matter really if I did it all like this and then decided it needed to be the other way? I can be such a dingbat. So these are all, I'm making sure they're going all the same way. You can do whatever kind of texture you want on yours, but I'm just doing some big, chunky, little scalloped areas. You could group it. It's up to you. So you are going to totally fill in as much or as little as you want, and then we will move on and add all the leaves. But you need to think about this layering, because layering these different elements in this different type of art media, it makes your composition much more interesting and rich. Okay. The next thing you're gonna do is we're gonna put leaves on. They're so simple. I cut these leaves out of this is a green cardstock. You could use construction paper. You could use regular paper and then color them. It's up to you. You could find green pages in a magazine that maybe it's a photo of houseplants, and you could cut them out of that. That's very interesting. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're just gonna go ahead and glue them on these Chanel stems. That's what they call these things now. When I grew up, they were just pipe cleaners, when people like had pipes. And you're gonna cut them. I'm using my hot glue gun, but remember, you don't have to use one. You can use regular glue and lay them all out. You could lay them all out like this and glue a whole bunch. Remember, if you cut these in a stack, you can cut more than one at a time. So I wanna make sure I have lots of leaves. This is straight up, like I just cut like an eye shape, okay? These are so simple. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on each of these. And then I'm gonna put my pipe cleaner or Chanel stem on it. If you don't have that, you don't have to use it. Remember, look around. What do you have at your house? You could just glue these directly onto this also. Making sure I'm going the same way. Look, I could put some like this. See that? It's kind of nice to have some on there that aren't. I'm gonna have to go back and put some over here on that. I like that. And then I'll have some that are on the stems, okay? So when I get ready to put these on, I just bend it, and then I go ahead and put the glue on. You could tape these on too. You could totally do that, because we're putting them on the inside. So the tape won't even show. Holding it for a second so it can dry. Okay. Remember, be careful if you're using hot glue. Don't hurt yourself. I'm so excited to see your pirate ships. I hope somebody teaches me something. I need to learn something. I need to learn a lot. Always need to learn something. But yeah, send me pictures so that I see what you're doing, and you can make me better at what I'm doing, okay? If you have some ideas, let me know. And I'm gonna go ahead and put one more. Oh, that one I didn't wait long enough, and it's drooping. Hold these on here for just a second. We'll see how far it goes. Here we go, one more. Then I'm going to show you how we put these together, because you'll get the hang of it. You're so smart. You're so smart. You'll get the hang of this, and you don't need me to put them all on here. So you're going to put as many of these as you want. Fill it up. Make it hot. Make it interesting, okay? And you can see on this one, I have given it some coconuts. They're red because that's all I have. And now now I only have one more red one, so I'm gonna use a purple one and then a little purple one. You could cut them out, not have them at all. Use bottle caps. I don't know. Look around. What do you have? How about water bottle lids, like ones that you normally would recycle, you could take those lids. They would be super cool. Very cool. We might have to add some of those. Seriously, I don't have any more big ones. I only have these. This is the end of the big ones. So I'm gonna have to find something else to use now, because I'm not going to the store. I'm using what I have. Trying to finish things off. So that one has a purple one and a red one. And then I think this was a little baby. I'm gonna put a little baby purple one. It's smaller. It's a baby coconut. Okay, so you're gonna take these and you can move them around however you want. Put as many or as little as you want. You can see this one has a lot of leaves. But I'm gonna show you how you attach it. So what you do is you're gonna create tabs. We talk a lot about tabs. So this one has these little tabs that I've glued it on to my tomato sauce box. So I've got some cardstock. I'm just gonna cut that into 4 pieces. I fold it in half and then cut it again. Watch your fingers. And then I fold all of these in half. So I get 4 of these. So it's really glued well. And then I put the glue on the tab, put the tab on. I folded it backwards. I put the glue on the wrong side. That's okay. I'm gonna glue it on, and then I'm gonna fold the tab the other way. You want it on the inside of the fold, not on the outside. So on this side, like it's on like the little seat of a chair. Be careful. Okay. So I have all 4 of my tabs. Yowza. And you can get a glue gun that does not get this hot, but they just work so well. Except for when you burn yourself. So be careful. Okay, this one's like smoking hot. So now I'm gonna take this. I wanna really group these guys together, so I'm gonna put it like right here. Oh, these two are the same height, but look at this one. This one, when I do this one, he's shorter, so I'm gonna put him right here. And then I'm gonna have like a whole grove of palm trees. Okay. I'm gonna put lots more leaves, palm fronds. Do you see how that's gonna shape up to be in our background? It's gonna be so super cool. So let's see, let me put these things over here. Let me get my boat, a little dinghy, just a little dinghy. And here's a dock hanging out over the water. And then I'll be putting these trees in, a whole grove of them. So we'll have lots of palm trees. I'm gonna finish those out, and then we'll get to put the whole thing together and have a good time playing. So remember, if you like what you see and you would like to help support the program so we can keep going and moving forward in these great, awesome, creative ideas, you can help support that through a donation to Venmo, to @Lee-Hale through Venmo, and you can also go through PayPal. And thank you to our local pirates, Wade and Mary, that own Shipwreck Grill and Amico Nave and Third on Main here in Bryan, Texas. They're doing great work. And if you post a picture to the comment section and share, then your name gets entered into our contest where you can win a gift certificate from their restaurant, okay? So remember, keep creating and be kind.